Welcome everybody. Today we are going to do some notes on credit card statements. This is the last section of chapter 4. If you have not had a chance yet, please make sure you do this bell ringer, so you might have to pause the video and try it yourself. And then when you come back, we can go ahead and talk through it. So once you've had a chance to try this problem, the problem says Phoebe had these daily balances on her credit card for her last billing period. So she did not pay the card in full the previous month. Remember, whenever you have a credit card, it is super important that you pay the bill in full each month. They say that you do not have to, however, you incur or you have to pay something called a finance charge, which means you did not pay off your bill at the end of the month, so you have to pay basically kind of interest on that money. So again, it is super important to pay off your credit card at the end of each month. It says for this particular credit card, the APR, the annual percentage rate, is 18.6%. And they want us again to calculate that finance charge. In order to find the finance charge, we know from yesterday, or I guess whenever the last lesson was, we have to find our average daily balance. So in order to do that, we have to find how much they owed throughout that billing period. So if they owed $765.85 for 10 days, we just go ahead and multiply this by 10, and you'll get $7,658.70. Same thing with the next line. Similar idea, except now you owe $1,872. But you owe that for 7 days, so we go ahead and multiply by 7, and we get $13,104. Next one is 5 days at $2,000.13. So we take $2,000.13 times 5. I believe you get $10,000. And 65 cents. And then lastly, 8 days at $1,555. So take $1,555 times 8, and you should get $12,440. Right, that's the first step. However, we want to find the average daily balance. So what we have to do is we have to add up all of our daily balances and divide by how many days there are. So let's first go ahead and add all of these numbers together. When you add them all together, I believe you should get $43,203.35. Again, that's not our average daily balance. That's just all of our daily balances added together. In order to find the average daily balance, we have to take that number we just found, that $43,203.35, and we have to divide by how many days there are in that billing period. So we have to take 10 plus 7 plus 5 plus 8, and I believe if you add all those days together, you should get 30 days. So to find the average, we take our total daily balances, divide by 30. It tells us that our average daily balance is $1,440.11. Again, that just means on a day throughout the billing period, my bill or my statement said I owed about $1,440.11 for all 30 days of that period. However, this is not my finance charge. To find my finance charge, we have to find a percentage of our average daily balance. So with this problem here, they give us the annual percentage rate. Since this is just a monthly statement, we have to find the monthly percentage rate. So to find the monthly percentage rate, we have to take the annual percentage rate, the 18.6. We have to divide by 12 since there's 12 months in the year. And I believe, again, you will get 1.55% for your monthly finance or your monthly percentage rate. So to find our finance charge, we have to take our average daily balance, which is this $1,440.11, and we have to multiply that by our monthly percentage rate, which is this 0.0155. So that means just in finance charges at the end of this month, I'm going to have to pay an additional $22.32. On top of all of the money I still owe that I didn't pay off at the end of that billing period. So again, the big thing to remember here is pay off your credit cards at the end of each billing cycle. Otherwise, you'll be charged with a finance charge. So hopefully that was a pretty good review of what we talked about yesterday. So again, I talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but today we are going to look specifically at credit card statements. We're going to be able to pick out important information in them, and we're going to be able to fill in some credit card statements that aren't quite complete, taking what we know about credit card statements. Here's just a bunch of terms, and here's where we will start. So the first couple slides here, these are just a bunch of vocab words. These are things that we have to understand when we are looking at a credit card statement. So the first one is the billing cycle. So basically that's just the length of time or we'll say purchases made. So my billing cycle might be a month. So that means at the end of a month, that is when I would have to pay off my credit card. That's the billing cycle. The next one is a credit card statement. This is what the credit card company sends to you monthly, usually. So we'll say credit card company send it to you, and it shows your monthly records. Say shows monthly records credits and debits. Remember the word credits? We talked about this before, but this is money that you would have paid into your credit card company, so it's positive money. Debits are things that you paid for, so those are negative monies. Debits. Again, one thing I want to point out again about that billing cycle, like I said, it's usually a month, and it does not necessarily mean that it falls at the beginning of the month. Like for me, my billing cycle, it ends on the 15th of every month, and that's just kind of depends on when you open up that credit card. That's when your billing cycle starts. On each credit card statement, you're also going to see an account number. Each credit card account has a unique number that is unique to you, so it's not going to be the same as anybody else's. There's going to be a credit line. This is the maximum amount you can owe at any time. So when you are starting out with a credit card, your credit line is probably pretty low because you probably have a pretty low FICO score. And you're new to the credit card company, so they're going to say maybe the maximum amount you can charge on your credit card is $1,000. As time goes on, your FICO score increases, your wages increase, your income increases, you can get a higher credit line, meaning you have a higher maximum balance that you could have on that credit card. The next term is available credit, which is the difference between the maximum amount you can owe and the actual amount you owe. So let's say your credit line is $1,000 and you've spent $500 already this month and put it on your credit card. That means that your available credit left would be $500. And it's just the difference between how much you can owe and how much you actually do owe. That's always going to be on your statement. The next one is billing date. This is the date the bill statement was written. So when they decided you owe $36 on this date, and then when they send out that statement, that date is going to be on there. Obviously, if you do paper statements, the date might be from a few days prior, just because with mail it doesn't come that same date. On the credit card statement, there's always going to be a payment due date. That's when it has to be received by that credit card company. You got to make sure, again, that you got to pay it on time. If you do not pay it on time, that minimum balance, whatever that might be, then you're going to pay a fee for that. But again, you always want to make sure you pay off your credit card on time. The nice thing about credit cards now is most of them come with some sort of app. So I know for myself, if I make some big purchases on my credit card, I'll just go pay it off right after I make those big purchases. So I don't have to worry about it. I know that it's taken care of. On your credit card statement, you're also going to see transactions listed. So this is always important to look through just to make sure there's no transactions on there that do not make sense. So a transaction would be like, for instance, I spent $32 at the gas station. I know myself, my credit card has been stolen before, my credit card number, and I looked through my statement and I saw that somebody charged a bunch of money in some town that I'd never been to. So I was able to catch that, send that into my credit card company, and then I was able to be reimbursed. So it's super important to look at the transactions on your credit card statement. And then finally, debits and credits. Debits here are the amount charged to your account. So if I go to the gas station and I put $30 worth of gas in there, that's money that I have to pay back, so that's a debit. Credit, on the other hand, is a payment made to reduce your debt or your debt. And I know I set up here credits are positive because I'm paying that into my credit card company. But when we think about it in terms of our statement, credits often have a negative because you put a negative there simply because that's going to reduce how much I owe to that credit card company because I'm paying that in, so that is reducing my debt. Other things you'll see on there, previous balance, any money owed before the current billing period. So if I didn't pay it off last month, I still have to pay off that balance from the previous month, and then also my new balance for this month. So the previous balance is going to be on there. Any payments or credits received. So if I paid $30 last month, that's going to be listed on there. They're going to list any new purchases I have on this current bill. So what I bought in this last month. There's going to be a spot for late charge. If I didn't pay off my bill on time, there's going to be a finance charge. So again, the finance charge only happens if you do not pay off your credit card bill at the end of whatever that billing cycle is. So if I carry over my balance, then I'm going to have to do a finance charge. And that's like that warm-up where we had to find our average daily balance. The new amount, what you currently owe, that's going to be listed on there. There's going to be a spot for minimum payment, because remember, again, you don't have to pay off your entire bill. A lot of times the minimum payment is something like $30. But if you don't pay off that minimum payment, or if you only do the minimum payment, you're going to have to pay a finance charge. The average daily balance is going to be listed on there, which we just have been finding by hand, but that's going to be listed on your bill. The number of days in your billing cycle is also going to be listed on the bill. The annual percentage rate is going to be listed on your bill. And then they even do the work for you and they tell you your monthly periodic rate on there, which we know is just the annual periodic rate divided by 12. Again, all of this information, if you ever get a credit card and you get a statement at the end of your billing period, you're going to see all of this information on there. And we're going to go ahead and look at a couple examples of credit card statements and just kind of pull out some of this information and, like I said before, fill in some of the missing information. So this is the end of the first video, so make sure you now click on the second video.